In the 20th century, there was a thinker called René Girard, and he put forward an idea about our desires, because often we think that our desires are very much from ourselves. I desire this chocolate bar because I like the taste of it and I am hungry. I desire this job because I like the idea of doing that job and I think it will be rewarding and so on. But for Girard, he had a different point of view. He thought that most of our desires are informed or shaped by looking at somebody else's desires. We see somebody else wanting something, and so we start to have a desire for that thing too. So why do I want chocolate bar? Maybe a dairy milk? Well, in adverts, I have seen countless people acting as if they desire these Cadbury's chocolate bars. And so that desire then wakes up in me to want that Cadbury's chocolate bar, and so on. And so this is a mediated desire, and all desires take this shape. They are mediated by somebody else. Somebody else fixes the object of my desire. Now, there are different levels to this, but one of the key ideas for Girard is that there comes a point where we don't only want the object that's being desired by the mediator. Actually, this changes into wanting to be like the mediator, to have the life of the mediator, to be the kind of person who desires and perhaps possesses the thing that we want. What we're actually desiring isn't so much the object as the person who desires that object. We want to be somebody else. And this is what he calls a metaphysical desire. Because it would require a transformation of our very being into somebody else, which is, of course, impossible. And this thus leads to a degree of resentment towards that individual, because they become an obstacle both to the object that we have now come to desire, but also because they have that way of life that we do not. And so we want it, we want to take it from them without being able to change the fundamentals which make them have that life and us not have it. So desire becomes a very destructive power, mimetic desire. And it's something which drives through our culture, drives through our lives, and being alive to it is important, both because it can be a very creative thing. If we have a good role model, we can cultivate desires within ourselves which lead to virtue, but at the same time, this can be heavily manipulated and turn to a very destructive and chaotic force if we're not careful.